And Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. Leading them out, still one of the most recognizable QBs in the game and one of the most fun QBs in his 5th season. It's Gardner Minshew.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
A first carry for the all-pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense and on that go-around. And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So, Charles, this defense in for a tough matchup. What do you think the game plan is here tonight?
Well, I think the game plan is the same as most, which is, hey, pass rushers, do your job. Coverage guys, do your job. And the linebackers are going to be a mix. Sometimes they'll drop in coverage. Sometimes they'll pressure the quarterback. But all in all, you never want to let that quarterback get a string of completions going, because if so, they're hard to deal with.
And the Raiders have got him. The linebacker, Robert Spillane, making a big play. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by a former first-rounder in his 4th year now out of Utah State, Jordan Love.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
Okay, so they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Love. And that is incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. Hey, look at this Packers defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
Now a 2nd down throw for Love here. He finds his man, complete. That's Bowers. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I have to say a very solid performance.
So 1st down, and they'll stick with Algier. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down and 4.
Ready?
Working out of the gun. Love. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip at his timing at the line of scrimmage, have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap. But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Jordan Love ready on first down here. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Handing it off, right side, Algier. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Off the play fake, Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week, so this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jacobs going to try the middle. Unable to corral him. He fights through. Still going. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Carlson's extra point up and good, and we are tied at 7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Trey Tucker. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Ready.
Play fake. Here's Love. That one into the hands of Adams downfield. It's a big play there for Vegas. 52 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
Second down and 3. Ball on the 7. Play action this time with Love. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jakobi Meyers with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October, because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. Minshew's throw finds its target, Dobbs. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Off play action, it's Minshew. That's to Kraft, the tight end. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And it's incomplete.
But it looked like a march to the end zone is in a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Marcus Epps just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now Minshew. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11th. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. So here now the rookie 6th-rounder, Anders Carlson, for the Packer field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Algier now up the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before it gets into enemy territory. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Love now. Open man right side, Myers. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan.
And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight, and this one is going to be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They cut him a back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play, and on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Algier going straight ahead. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Love, they go play action now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
That was all Preston Smith. Navigating into the backfield, he gets the tackle for loss. He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. On play action, Love to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bowers. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll try and power it home here with a fullback Johnson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
On the double.
Love looking to throw it. And it's going to be caught for a leader touchdown. Michael Gallup from 3 yards out. And the Raiders are able to widen their advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Minshew sets to throw. That's taken in, Dontavian Wicks. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. He'll look to throw. He gets that one complete to Wicks. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It'll be Minshew again. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Minshew. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Ready.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Set.
Final play of the half, Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Will Levis, terrific in the victory, as his guy.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Love now on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. A throw there, but that's that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Backed up where they were on this side of the field, that was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play? How did they permit them to pick up a first down in that situation?
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The slant connects with Davante Adams. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35.
Let's go. Ready.
Working out of the gun. Love. And this one too low.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd down, Love. He's got a man, complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. Just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Fighting his way through contact. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the night. And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
That's caught, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Raiders have the ball back, and here comes Davante Adams to the field again. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Algier will try to pick it up, and he is going to have the Raiders first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Jordan Love ready on first down here. He hits Adams complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake, Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now a carry for Algier, headed right. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, He's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Ready.
Play action this time with Love. That's caught by Myers. Touchdown! Jakobi Myers, 26 yards. And the Raiders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's closing in on 200 yards on the ground with the fourth quarter still to come. We're in the third. Good shot to get there.
And now he's got to make sure he convinces his coaching staff to leave him out there and keep touching the ball, because when you've had that kind of a day, there is a tendency to think about getting him out and saving some of it. Running backs never like to save yardage.
You know he's tapping his quarterback on the shoulder. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Fielded at about the 28. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Love, they go play action now. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown Raiders. Jakobi Myers, 27 yards. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by... Good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Minshew, 1st and 10. That's complete to Wicks. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. Now Minshew. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A gain there of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Minshew. And his throw is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Man, 188 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Jacobs diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now Carlson for the extra point. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out comes Devontae Adams and the offense for their next drive. Glancing down at the stat sheet, and we've been tracking it, but you get a 100-yard game, you're really happy. You're over 200 like he is. You probably want that ball after this game, don't you?
You want that one. You want to continue to call the same plays and any other.
They've got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Open man is Myers. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Algier will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
On second down, Jacobs. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. Minshew not coming off. They'll try and go for it. On fourth down, Minshew. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, nope.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. It's a big play there for Vegas. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On the give, it's Algier. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Second and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the bus, because they think this one is over.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.